There is nothing as good as the fresh smell of some homemade coffee to get your day started. And that is definitely the right kind of high that we're on right now.
Very much like Wake Up Nigeria. Now, I know that you can be addicted to us, but hey, come on. What the right type of addiction as we do on every edition of the show to give you value on entertainment like no other place.
Yeah, now there's a well-packed, total awesome experience on the show today, and we know it's gonna give you all positive vibes all the way. Now, my name is Tope Olowoniyan.
Mike Mesikenor, it's mine. Let's have fun today. And dance, of course, dance like there's nobody watching. Just take the load off and chill.
Give us
Just
give us.
play the song first.
Yeah, give joy.
Now, of course, remember we're streaming live. It's at tvcentertainment.tv on Facebook, TVC Connect.
Yeah, now also send in your comments. Like, we want to hear from you now. How are you managing with the third mainland bridge closure? How are you managing with it mentally? Because I know Lagosians, we can just like to be edgy. I mean, yesterday I did experience so much traffic, but I'm just like, on Twitter, everybody was just complaining.
So sometimes some people just put traffic there where there's no traffic.
There's no traffic.
Is that something? Does that happen?
So use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Share with us your experiences on the third mainland bridge and your thoughts about the closure for the next 6 months.
Another way you can interact with us, of course, is via app. You can download on Android and iOS to watch us anywhere around the world. Of course, YouTube also. You can check out our videos. Subscribe. TVC Entertainment, that's the channel. YouTube. Get our segments and full videos. There, it's our one-stop shop.
Yes, now on Friday, we have Wake Up Extra. You know, just a little something extra for you. Now, that happens every Friday, 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. with your favorite celebrities. You do not want to miss that, trust me.
Okay, we'll kick off this morning. Chude Jidonwo kicks us off with Daily Vulnerables.
Feel the emotion. You know, somebody was speaking at a conference, and somebody said, what's the difference between sadness and depression?
And then we have Dr. Ene Onazi, a doctor of medicine, certified by the Education Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates. Now, she will be talking to us about 5 things you need to know about your nervous system. That's our general topic for the month, and today the focus is on epilepsy and seizures.
Joining us this month on parenting is Izefua Erabo, a parenting and well-being and human flourishing teacher. She's also a coach, and she will be talking to us about mom's self-care, a tool for positive parenting. You definitely want to stick to learn a thing or two of how to positively parent your kid.
And then we'll have Eddie Young, who will be here with us for a chat, a filmmaker. That's our final guest for the day.
Welcome.
Yep.
Morning.
Tuesday morning, 28th of July. July's rounding up.
Yeah, you know, I was on Twitter this morning, and I saw someone's comment. Person's like, this year has been the hardest, but the fastest. And I thought about it. I'm just like, it's true. You remember when we're saying, oh, this is the second half of 2020, and the second half is finishing.
Fast, I don't know. Maybe a number of people have not done what they normally would do on normal years. So I don't know if fast. Well, anyways, whichever way, we're looking forward and expecting
Let me
the
just
best
start
and all
telling
of
people
that.
now. I'm telling people ahead. See, when this year is ending, people should not be praying too much. Just pray small. Because that's what 2019 all of us were saying. New decade.
Vision 2020.
And now 2020 shocked all of us. So let's just say, 2020 just come. Let's just not enter with expectations.
So I love that 2020 was it's a year that people use to talk about foresight. When they talk about vision, say okay, vision 2020 is like foresight and everything, and then it turned out this way. I think it's just like a game. When you're dealt cards, you understand. When you're dealt cards in a game, and you don't know what happens when you're dealt with. What matters most is what you play with, what you're dealt with. So you won't always have the perfect card. So that's just it. Life dealt some cards this year. Whatever it is, just go and just get ready, and play the cards as well as you can.
As you can, yeah.
That's just it. Just play the cards as well as you can. Talk about Twitter. There's something I saw this morning, and there's this documentary that I want to check out.
What's that?
It's the real story of New York City. You've seen Godfather of Harlem, right?
No, you've told me to see it.
Okay, yeah.
You
So
give me
it's
too many things to watch.
No, it's the documentary, the real life documentary. People that were involved in taking down the 5 mafia families in New York.
Oh, wow.
So it's not a series.
Okay.
It's a documentary of how it happened and all of that. on Netflix. I'm looking forward to. I saw it this morning. It was trending last night into this morning and all of that, and I checked it out. And you know, I love documentaries as such because when there's something. Movies also make you, or series, they make you feel, right? They give you, you try to make it seem interesting, but this one, you have real life stories, you have the people that were involved, people that
so some of
investigated.
Them are still alive?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice.
People that investigated and all of that, and all, so you have them speaking on tape, talking about how they did it and all of that. And that's why documentary is just
it for you.
Is on point. It makes sense on some kind of topics, not every kind of topic. You know?
So
not every
another
kind
thing
of topic.
that I saw that got me, because it's like a Nigerian man prayer. You know how you say, God, shame my enemies. Lord, let them live to see me succeed, or let them die, all those kind of things. And then I saw this quote. This person said, nothing will happen to your enemies. Just live your life. Nothing is
very true. Very true.
Well, most times I pray for them, and then the truth is nothing is happening to them.
Like if we focus, if we spend more time doing our own thing and forgetting about the enemies and all of that. Too many.
But you know what? Let me take the news now.
All right.
Restoring law and order in parts of Southern Kaduna, which saw a series of violent attacks and security challenges, seems to be an issue that the police is focusing on now. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has directed the Commissioner of Police, Kaduna State, to ensure full enforcement of the curfew imposed by the state government. With this directive, the police command will also ensure optimal deployment of human and material assets from the intervention squad, which is already active in the state and is to be coordinated by the Commissioner of Police. The IGP commiserated with the people of Kaduna State, particularly those who have lost their loved ones and property as a result of the crisis, and urged them to cooperate with authorities in ensuring peace in the area. The Department of State Services has uncovered plans by some persons and groups planning to take advantage of latest developments to destabilize the nation. Public Relations Officer Peter Afunaya says these supervised and unscrupulous elements have resorted to divisive acts through inciting statements. Their aim is to pit individuals, groups, and ethnic nationalities against another, and the agency is without doubt aware of these plans and their sponsors. He warns that they will no longer tolerate the orchestrations to cause a breakdown of law and order and will ensure the sinister objective is not achieved. This involves working with relevant security agencies to protect Nigeria and decisively deal with the planners of the mayhem with the confines of the law. President Muhammadu Buhari has continued his campaign of recognizing what he refers to as deserving citizens for their contribution to the development of the nation. The latest is the naming of train stations along the Lagos-Ibadan and Itakwe-Ajaokuta-Warri corridors after his deputy, Yemi Osibanjo, national leader of the APC, Bola Tinubu, and Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola. Back here in Lagos, motorists experienced light traffic yesterday as they navigated through the third mainland bridge down to the mainland. Yesterday was the first day of work since the bridge was shut down for repairs. Abimbola Agbebiyi reports.
It's the rush hour this evening and the first day of work since the third mainland bridge was partially closed for repairs. This point is where vehicles coming from the island are diverted, with a signpost on the other section of the road directing motorists. Officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps and Lagos Traffic Management Authority were on the ground to ensure normalcy at that point. Here, heavy traffic was experienced from the island as motorists drove by swiftly in a rush to beat any traffic congestion. They ascended the mainland along Iyanoworu only to discover that there is a free flow of traffic. Some bottlenecks were experienced at some points but soon disappeared as motorists drove along. In no time, the sun sets and the traffic became even lighter. Some motorists say this perhaps is due to the diversion of the traffic that may have spilled to other inner roads in the state. Abimbola Agbebi, TVC News, Lagos.
The federal government has opened negotiations with resident doctors. This meeting was held to stop the doctors from going ahead with their planned nationwide strike next month. At the end of the meeting, Labour and Employment Minister Chris Ngige says government has so far paid 15.8 billion naira to cover hazard and inducement allowances in the federal teaching hospitals, federal medical centers and non-COVID hospitals. The Federal Ministry of Health and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation are to resolve the 20% top-up and report back next Tuesday. The meeting, which lasted for about 5 hours, is to continue next week Thursday. Mr. Ngige also charged the medical personnel to stop taking their grievances to the National Assembly, but to first explore all talks with the Health and Labour Ministry.
As we speak, the federal government has paid for April and May special allowances for COVID to the tune of 15.8 billion. And that is a very big feat when compared or put side by side with the fact that this is for special allowances only, and that the affected medical personnel also draw from their normal salary.
The issues that bothers us and have been of concern to us, and on each and every issue, the process of getting them addressed has been set rolling. And we shall be convening again on Thursday to evaluate the progress that has been made with regards to each and every issue. We are hoping that all these processes will be followed through to a logical conclusion.
Well, that's it on News Update for this hour. We will take a break, and when we return, we have sports news. Don't go anywhere. So we're going to be taking the headlines in the papers this morning, starting with The Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 28th day of July, and we have NMA kicks as government asks exit class pupils to resume August 4th. Dawn teachers' parents hail decision WASC to begin on the 17th of August. A photo story here showing President Muhammadu Buhari and some of the African heads of state and government at the presidential villa during the extraordinary session of ECOWAS yesterday. Also, we have ECOWAS leaders recommend unity government in Mali. Moving to the top of the paper, we have DSS warns on plot to subvert country. DHQ to officers, no mutiny. Health workers got 15.8 billion naira hazard pay in 4 months. Court upholds school supervisors 60-year jail for rape. He abused trust of parents. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation for this morning.
Okay, the Guardian newspaper is what I have, and it says manufacturers resort to self-help as gas prices soar. Self-generated electricity hits 119 billion naira in 2019. Grid supply inadequate to meet local demand. Down here, we see government loses 766 million naira to 4-month suspension of railway services. COVID-19 stalls completion of Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge. Railway union seeks protection of workers, commuters. Experts supports reopening, canvass political will. Here we have Obasanjo excluded as Buhari names railway stations after prominent Nigerians. ECOWAS threatens actors in Mali crisis with sanctions. Secondary schools reopen for exit classes August 4. Women protest against corruption in NDDC. There's a photo story here showing President Muhammadu Buhari at a virtual extraordinary session of the Authority of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government in the State House, Abuja, just yesterday. And of course, a table showing the COVID-19 cases in Nigeria, currently totaling 41,180 confirmed cases. All of these stories and more you get in the Guardian newspaper today.
Moving on to the cover of the Punch this morning, we have NUT insists on PPE. Others as SS3 pupils resume on the 4th of August. WASC starts 17th of August. Teachers Union undertakes to monitor schools. Only COVID-19 protocol compliant exam centers will reopen, says Minister. A photo story here showing the ongoing repair work on the third mainland bridge in Lagos yesterday, and also the movement of traffic on the bridge as well. Dogara should have discussed contract fraud with Bauchi governor, says PDP. Man sentenced to life imprisonment for defiling Ekiti's 6-year-old girl. My deputy of no importance, I'll win his local government, says Akeredolu. At the bottom, we have Ekiti Attorney General. Other cabinet members test positive for COVID-19. Subscribers accuse Lagos real estate firm of scam. No allocation of land 5 years after payment. Reopen Funshaw Williams murder probe, Bode George tells Buhari. And to the top of the paper, we have $1.2 billion Azura activation agreement signed 2015 by Buhari government. Banks' non-performing loans now 1.2 trillion naira, says CBN. Buhari names railway stations after Awolowo, Osibanjo, Tinubu, and others. Finally, we have DSS alleges planned subversion threatens clampdown. You can read this and more on the Punch newspaper for today.
The Nigerian Tribune is what I have now, and it says federal government reopens schools August 4 for graduating students. SS3 students begin WASE on August 17. COVID-19, Ekiti Attorney General, other unnamed cabinet members test positive. Inbound passengers to undergo COVID-19 test, and that's coming from the Presidential Task Force, extends phase 2 lockdown by 1 week. Edo Guber, Oshiomhole Obaseki in verbal war. Reps Committee invites over 30 reps, EFCC, Army ex-governors, others over 500 billion naira NDDC emergency contracts to probe Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, Ondo, Imo, Kakas lawmakers. Nigeria has a long way to go in fight against corruption, and that's coming from ASU. Up here, we see Buhari names railway stations after Awolowo, Tinubu, Saraki, Fashola, Jakonde, Soyinka, Enahoro, Ikimi, others. Military warns soldiers against mutiny revolution. Troops eliminate arrests scores of bandits, rescue kidnapped victims in Northwest. Southern Kaduna, IGP orders full enforcement of curfew. Dogara's defection driven by presidential ambition. That's coming from a PDP bot. And then Northeast, Southwest gets highest allocation in 162.5 billion naira sukuk funds. And of course, a photo story here showing ongoing work on the Owode-Ilaru Road in Ogun State on Monday. All of these stories and more in Nigerian Tribune newspaper today.
That's all we can take for the headlines for this hour, but definitely we'll be taking more in the next hour. Let's go on a break. We will be right back.
Thank you so much for joining us. Time for Lagos traffic updates on Wake Up Nigeria. And now, you know, the rains are still here, even if they seem to have taken a break for a while. Still, you have to be extremely careful with how you manage your movement. And that's why we're here to ensure that you get to your intended destination on time and, of course, safe and sound. And talking about moving from one place to another, we are going to take a look at areas on the mainland, because as it is right now, trying to show traffic, especially for those going on the to the island, can be a bit complicated. So let's just start from the mainland. As it is, if you're coming from Abule Egba heading towards Mushin bus stop, it will take you about an hour, 7 minutes if you decide to pass through the Agege route. But if you decide to take the expressway, that's talking about the Lagos-Abeokuta expressway, it will take you just about an hour 15 to 20 minutes, okay? So you shave off a bit of some minutes if you decide to pass the Agege route. So I'm sure because of the slim difference, I don't think many people will choose that option. So let me just tell you areas to look out for. As it is, Ile-Epo bus stop, there's a gridlock there, but it's just as you're approaching the bus stop, so it's not for long. You don't need to worry too much. Another area to look out for is Pleasure bus stop. Just as soon as you get to the bus stop, there's light traffic, which unfortunately doesn't ease out. It actually becomes a gridlock, and that gridlock goes all the way to Iyana-Ipaja. Now, when you get to Iyana-Ipaja, just after the bridge, maybe for like 3-5 minutes after the bridge, the gridlock continues, after which it eases out. And that easing off continues till you are approaching Dokpemu. Now, when you're close to Dokpemu, there's light traffic, but as soon as you're at the bridge, the gridlock starts, but only for a short while. As soon as you're past the bridge, the gridlock eases out immediately to a freeway, but just for a short while, because as you're approaching Cement bus stop, look out for traffic. The light traffic starts off and it does not ease out because it goes straight to gridlock, especially as you're approaching Mangoro. Now, just past Mangoro, it eases out again to light traffic, but as you're approaching Ajayi-Farm, prepare your mind for a gridlock, because that gridlock will take you all through to Ikeja, and you will even have to get to the bridge before it eases out to light traffic. But don't worry, it will get better until you are around Oshodi. So when you're past Oshodi, the light traffic from Arena as usual, gridlock under the bridge, light traffic shortly after, but as soon as you're past that, till you get to Mushin, just pockets of light traffic, and you'll be just fine, okay? We're going to take a look at another route shortly, but first, let me find out if Tope and Mike have any updates for me.
Yeah, there was one update. I don't know where the thing is.
Okay, I have a couple of updates here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so as at 6:24 a.m., we have a photo story here from Lagos Traffic Report saying truck broken down at Jakonde Gate, leading towards Agor, causing traffic. Hoping that traffic will be nice to us today. Another one I have here is Ogolonto to mile 12 is free flow at the moment, but slow from mile 12 bridge to Kosofe, then free to Toto Ojota due to public transport picking passengers at the BRT bus stop. Then free flow to Fadeyi going into Ikorodu, and then free from there to, I think, okay, free from Ikorodu to, I'm hoping that's right, to Fadeyi. Yes, that's what I have here.
Okay, that's about the same thing, yes. This one about the Ogolonto.
Yeah.
You spoke about Total Ojota.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Okay, so but there's a complaint of yellow buses picking up passengers along the BRT route. So they said that's why there's a problem there.
Okay.
And they're still working on that place.
They're working everywhere, really.
I don't know, man.
I
don't know how that spot survived the lockdown. Like, I felt like it should have been done during the lockdown.
Yeah.
And all of that. It should have been completed, but hey, it's still being
Well,
worked
the
on,
thing
so.
is, during the lockdown, nobody was allowed to move around. I hear a lot of people talking about works being completed during the lockdown, but everybody was literally on lockdown anyway. If you're going to the island, now is the best time to go, okay? Because as it is, the third mainland bridge isn't so congested. And coming from CMS Garage for now, as I speak to you, will take you just about 45 to 50 minutes. So it's best to get out of the house now. I'll be joining the guys in the kitchen. Remember to drive carefully and stay safe on the road.
Yeah, I just saw just a quick update.
Sure.
This was as at 5:15 a.m., but it might still be relevant. So it says Ojuelegba Stadium, Funshaw Williams access to Costain is very free this morning. Thank you, Follow Lasma, for a job well done. Those trailer drivers they're moving.
They're a menace. Is that what they said?
Yes, I didn't just want to give any bad energy this morning.
They know they're a menace. They're a menace now. Like, on the road, it can be a problem, especially when they park there, and it can be
yes, they can. So yesterday, I was going to the island at about 11 a.m. and I had already zeroed my mind. Like this guy, I told myself, I'll reach the island 2 p.m. You know, based on the whole.
Driving.
And
that's why you're zeroing your mind.
Yeah,
like
that's guy. I just positioned.
Because you're chilling and all that. If you're the one driving, you'd have checked the map and ensured that
you get
where this is going to go.
Like over at the nooks and crannies.
That you can go.
But what surprised me was that the third mainland bridge was free.
It was free.
It was free. So I mean, just plan your journey well. If you don't have to go out by 8, 9, chill.
Chill, eh?
Yeah. But moving on, you know I like gist.
Yeah,
Did you see
what's
that
up?
video?
Which one?
Mommy, calm down. Calm down.
I didn't see it.
This is so the boy is maybe like 5, 6.
Okay.
And then he did something wrong, obviously, and his mom was trying to beat him. And what got my attention was the way this guy was so articulate. Like, I feel like he can go into politics. Like, he won my heart. He's like, Mommy, calm down. I need you to relax. I need you to sit down. He said, sit down like this. And then let your heart go down. The mom, he looks, she didn't say, but he looked like 5, 6. And he's like, well, the part that got me is like, Mommy, I have a question. I have a question. Are you videoing me? So he asked his, like, you want to be punished. You're not asking your mom, Mama, can you tell your mom?
So we always tend to carry cameras around. And so a lot of kids now, that happens that something's happening in the house, and then you're seeing a camera up there and all of that. So at times it can be, live your life sometimes.
You know what? Let's watch the video so you get the total experience. Yes, let's watch the video.
Calm down.
Yes.
I should calm down.
Yes, don't be angry.
Ó ṣe jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó bá gbé lé ẹ lọ́wọ́ ló máa lọ ń kó. Give me your hand.
No, I'm just telling you to be calming down.
Don't calm me down. Don't calm me down.
I want you to be calm down. So if that rest small, you must rest, mommy. You must rest a little.
I should rest before I beat you.
No. Just rest like this. Like this.
Bọ́sílẹ̀, ìwọ tí mo fẹ́ náà ó tún jókòó.
No, don't sit down. Don't tell you don't do.
Give me your hand.
I'm sorry, ma.
Give me your hand.
Mama ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. I said Mama ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́.
Ó máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
No.
Ṣé bó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lánàá?
No.
When I say don't do it, you will still do it.
No, I'm not doing tomorrow. Tomorrow, I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. This is my last chance. Last chance.
Is it that last chance? Because he said, this is my last chance.
The video doesn't end there. So the part that got to me was actually not shown. The part where when he saw his mom was determined to beat him, he actually went, let me wipe my tears.
Yes.
And I'm like, no wonder his mom was determined to beat him. Like, oh, you won't become a hardened criminal in my hands.
To be honest, I think I started laughing because he spent so much time trying to convince her not to. Like, how can you have such a conversation? Like, when I was much younger, just be quiet and take your beating. I'm saying, Mommy, calm down.
Well, when I was much younger, we had the chance to actually say that. Yes, my parents would let you defend yourself. And I dare say it's one of the reasons I always feel the need to defend myself. Like, this is my own part of the story. So my parents would let you talk. Like, okay, let's hear what's your reason for doing this. In fact, my little girl at school, when she was about 4 years old, our teacher told us a story of how, because we came to pick her from school, and the next thing is, teacher goes, how are you raising your child? And I said, excuse me? And then she said, I was flogging the children in school today, and when I got to her, she said, you can't flog me, ma. You need to tell me why you want to flog me. Because I didn't do it. None of them wanted to tell who did it. In fact, some didn't even know who did whatever it is they were flogging them for. But she was determined she wouldn't get punished for someone else. The woman said she was so shocked. Looked at the little thing and sat down. That what? And that was what made the Reverend Sister decide that no more flogging in that school.
Oh, great.
But some of the kids knew who did it.
Did it, of course.
Nobody knew who did it.
Nobody knew.
Till date, nobody knows who did it.
I thought that they had started the snitches get stitches from a young age.
As in, the teacher knew where it came from. Asked everybody there. These children kept quiet with a straight face, like 4-year-olds.
Are you serious?
Like, we no go talk, say. We didn't do it, and that's it. And the person who did it was probably there, and they were probably looking at the guy like, you this idiot.
Why do they know? They knew.
I'm sure some would know, especially those in that corner where it happened, I'm sure.
But you know what, now, so our viewers can see the part that you actually enjoyed. Now let's watch the remaining half of the video, which is like my favorite part.
Mama, Ogbomi, give me your hand. Give me your hand.
Mommy, are you videoing me? What are you doing, Mommy?
Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
Okay, you wipe on my body. Mom, I don't have a few questions for one. Can I ask you a question, please?
Mike, can I ask you a question for once?
At that point,
Oh,
I
wow.
looked at the boy and I said to myself that I'm not a flogging parent,
Yeah.
but at that point, I would have landed one.
Are you serious?
No, I'm serious. At that point, I would have landed one.
Why?
I'm not kidding. Because at that point, I'm like, you're being cheeky towards me. I'm trying to like caution you about something.
Yeah.
And you're telling me, can I ask you a question? And you don't understand. The boy's confidence was super.
So that's what interests me. Like, I would like this conversation to continue. Ask me the question, please. I would like to know what you're... Because I can't be... maybe because of the kind of fear that I had growing up from my parents, because I was always wrong. Like, I was always wrong. So I cannot say, Daddy, before you beat me, can I ask you...
No, I won't ask that kind of question. You might not live to tell the story.
You wouldn't.
But the thing is, by that, all these things, he should have been kneeling down. That's number one.
This is where he knelt down and saying, Mommy, please. Like,
that
he
was
doing
to
all
beg,
these
not
things.
punishment.
Okay. Well, it just shows us that times change. Parenting has changed quite a lot. Things that
Yes.
we would go through, those kind of things are not happening now, right?
Yeah.
Just take this short break now. We'll return with Disha.
About the idea of congealed emotion. You know, somebody was speaking at a conference and somebody said, what's the difference between sadness and depression? What's the difference between anger and rage? And I'm like, think about depression as congealed sadness. You know, when you maybe you put pig milk on the floor and then it's exposed to light, or you open the can and then it gets congealed. Yeah? Now, the idea is that you didn't take care of the milk well. You didn't cover it well. So it becomes congealed. Think of your emotions like that. Use that as a metaphor. If you're feeling sad, you don't engage it. You don't express it. Especially, there's so many young people who say, look, I've moved on from it. There's nothing that annoys me more than people who lie that they've moved on from things that you can clearly see that they've not moved on from. And you're like, well, who is suffering in this situation? It's you, you know. So the idea is when people hurt you, when you are sad, when you are lonely, when the emotion is still at its beginning stages, then you treat it well, you tend it to it, you process it, you engage it, you transform it, you avoid it congealing, because when it has congealed, when sadness becomes depression, it becomes a trap. When anger becomes rage, it becomes a trap. When when insecurity becomes, you know, going around looking for somebody to love you, that it becomes a trap. But you have the power to stop the emotion when it's just starting before it becomes a congealed mess. It's always in your power to stop it.
Yes, people, it is the second hour on the best breakfast show in the whole of Nigeria. Wake up, Nigeria, people. Now, if you missed the first hour, don't fret, just calm down. We have another 1 hour, 45 minutes to go.
Of course, you can be a part of all of this, part of something great which we're doing here on the show, something special, and of course, something exciting. It's going to be a wonderful and magical ride on the show today. Okay,
Yes.
So of course, we've had an hour, and we've given birthday shout-outs. Of course, we had traffic report and all of that.
Yeah.
We do have quite a lot coming up. We have a chef also in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But then, of course, you know about what we do is excellence repeatedly. That's what we do here on the show. And of course, remember, as you move around, ensure that you obey public health safety guidelines. Ensure that you have your mask. Ensure that you go out with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, and of course, keep social distancing. It's very important. My name is Mike Mesikenor.
And I am Tope Olowoniyan. Remember to stream this show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
You can also subscribe to our channel on YouTube, TVC Entertainment. That's the channel. You can get our segments, of course, and videos there. And also on Fridays, 2:30 p.m.
Yes, we've got Wake Up Extra, just a little something extra for you. Now, that happens on our Instagram page, TVC Connect, 2:30 to 3 p.m. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it at all, okay?
Yes. Now, of course, we are not alone. We have Chef Belinda in the kitchen. It looks like it's going to be really steamy and a lot of aroma for you for us to take in from here. Yes.
So Chef Belinda has something really fantastic planned for us this morning. And I'm sure it's just for us to keep our fingers crossed, and the surprise will definitely blow our minds off. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a surprise in the kitchen, cooking up a storm. Now, what we have for you this hour, Dr. Ene Onazi. She is a doctor of medicine and is certified by the Education Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates. Now, she will be talking about the 5 things you need to know about your nervous system today. She will be focusing on epilepsy and seizures.
Izefo Irabo is with us on parenting, and we'll be looking at well-being, and she's a well-being and human flourishing teacher and coach, and we'll be talking about mom self-care, a tool for positive parenting.
Nigerian filmmaker Eddie Young is our last guest for today, and we will definitely be having a chat about his journey so far.
All right. You look worried. Yeah. I'm worried about you.
But the real question, Jason, is, do you really want this?
Good Lord gets rid of me.
Your boy is Hanzo.
He's not my bubble.
You think I know that he's your bubble?
Oh. Tell me.
Wow.
Everybody's a filmmaker, and I guess that's that's partly.
May your throat be cleared.
That's partly because of
Because of what it saw.
because
Because of what it saw.
When he saw actually caught his voice, and he was trying to
Like,
you know,
like
the way Mike
it's
does,
nothing.
I
like,
didn't see
okay.
anything now.
No, we know you did not.
You see no evil, you hear no evil.
I didn't see nothing.
I'm sure you didn't.
At all. So yeah, you know, I was talking about how people now, to get the kind of roles they want to do, they have to make their own films and all of that, and I feel like it's not helping the industry.
Maybe not that they have to make their own films. Some just resort to, you know what, I have the money, and making my films makes me get there faster. But not like you would not eventually get a role.
But
Making your own film, will it really get you there faster?
Depends, really. If you're commercial about it, if you get the right actors to merge, the right faces that sell, and you put in good acting, like have a great story, and you that wants to blow, puts in good acting, it just might help you. Just might.
And then you insist that you're going to be the lead character and all of that.
What?
And then you insist that you're going to be the lead character. At times, it makes it now, you know, because you want to be the lead character.
Yeah.
There's now it's now somehow because.
But you know, I've actually seen some lead actresses and
let's
actors
talk
that are
acting
young.
Much
You know,
later.
they're just starting. So I have.
Yeah.
I actually
Now we can go on and on about this acting thing. To be honest, we'll never finish. But Mary, how about you tell us what's going on in Nigeria today?
Okay, as it is, restoring law and order in parts of Southern Kaduna, which saw a series of violent attacks and security challenges, seem to be an issue that the police is focusing on right now. The Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, has directed the Commissioner of Police, Kaduna State, to ensure full enforcement of the curfew imposed by the state government. With this directive, the police command will also ensure optimal deployment of human and material assets from the intervention squad, which is already active in the state and is to be coordinated by the Commissioner of Police. The IGP commiserated with the people of Kaduna State, particularly those who have lost their loved ones and property as a result of the crisis, and urged them to cooperate with authorities in ensuring peace in the area. The Department of State Services has uncovered plans by some persons and groups planning to take advantage of latest developments to destabilize the nation. Public Relations Officer Peter Afunanya says these subversive and unscrupulous elements have resorted to divisive acts through inciting statements. Their aim is to pit individuals, groups, and ethnic nationalities against another, and the agency is without doubt aware of these plans and their sponsors. He warns that they will no longer tolerate the orchestrations to cause a breakdown of law and order and will ensure the sinister objective is not achieved. This involves working with relevant security agencies to protect Nigeria and decisively deal with planners of the mayhem within the confines of the law. Back here in Lagos, though, motorists experienced light traffic yesterday evening as they navigated through the third mainland bridge down to the mainland. This is the first, or rather, that was the first day of work since the bridge was shut for repairs. And on this, we have Abimbola Agbebi to give us a report.
It's the rush hour this evening and the first day of work since the third mainland bridge was partially closed for repairs. This point is where vehicles coming from the island are diverted, with a signpost on the other section of the road directing motorists. Officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps and Lagos Traffic Management Authority were on the ground to ensure normalcy at that point. Here, heavy traffic was experienced from the island as motorists drove by swiftly in a rush to beat any traffic congestion. They ascended the mainland along Iyanoworu only to discover that there is a free flow of traffic. Some bottlenecks were experienced at some points but soon disappeared as motorists drove along. In no time, the sun sets and the traffic became even lighter. Some motorists say this perhaps is due to the diversion of the traffic that may have spilled to other inner roads in the state. Abimbola Agbebi, TVC News, Lagos.
The federal government has opened negotiations with resident doctors. The meeting was held to stop the doctors from going ahead with their planned nationwide strike next month. At the end of the meeting, Labour and Employment Minister Chris Ngige says our government has so far paid 15.8 billion naira to cover hazard and inducement allowances in the federal teaching hospitals, federal medical centres and non-COVID hospitals. The Federal Ministry of Health and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation are to resolve the 20% top-up and reports back next Tuesday. The meeting, which lasted for about 5 hours, is to continue next week, Thursday. Mr. Ngige also charged the medical personnel to stop taking their grievances to the National Assembly, but to first explore all talks with the Health and Labour Ministry. To COVID-19 now, the World Health Organization has declared the COVID-19 pandemic as the most severe health emergency it has faced. It also says bans on international travel cannot stay in place indefinitely, and countries are going to have to do more to reduce the spread of the virus. A surge of infections has prompted countries to reimpose some travel restrictions in recent days, with Britain throwing the reopening of Europe's tourism industry into disarray by ordering a quarantine on travelers returning from Spain. And that's the news updates for this hour.
Welcome to another high spirit session with Big Harry. So today we're just going to work on our heart rate. I'll show you simple basic steps you can do at home anywhere. So watch my cone and watch my moves. Alright? So we're increasing our heart rates today. Okay? Make sure you're enjoying it. So the next one is your jumping jacks. I'm going back and I'm making the move. You give me 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 sets each. Okay? You're going back and forth. That's 2 sets. All right. You can see my heart rate is already increasing. Yeah. That's right. Make sure your arms are going all the way up. All right. So the next one, I'm going free squats. You take your position from here, you go down. See, you see. All right. You're giving me 10 reps. Okay. Let's go. You go again. Take your position. All right. Enjoy it. It's your workout. If it's a certain competition, I think I'm going to win. All right? You go back. Take the same position. Go. Let's go. Let's go. Enjoy it. And engage your arms. And the last one. Take your position again. Yeah. Let's go. And one more. All right, so now we go back there and we are starting push-ups. Take the position, you go down. These are the regular push-ups, you know. Anybody can do this. Yeah. Up. Go down again. Yeah. Up. Go down. And the last one. Yeah, this is how you accomplish cardio workout. As you can see, I'm breathing. So this means my heart rate has increased. So if you're able to accomplish this before going out, I mean you're good for the day. So see you next time, same station, you know?
Welcome to the kitchen, people. We have Chef Belinda. Welcome back, Chef.
Thank you.
We have pineapple here, and then we have ingredients for food. Please tell me, what are we making this morning?
We are making tropical fried rice.
Tropical fried rice, okay. Yes. You know, during the lockdown, you peppered us. You peppered with Atarodo hot one. And now you are here. So you better, it's not those you're showing us. You have to give us hot.
Yes.
So we're making tropical fried rice. Why do we have the pineapple?
You know, pineapple is one of those tropical fruits
yes.
that you can get, yes. And coconut as well. So that's why we have them. And we're going to be serving it in the pineapple after cooking.
You know, I have seen so many pictures on the internet about how they serve food in pineapple.
Yes.
Today we have it here. Yeah. Okay, so let's quickly run through the menu. Okay.
And firstly, we have our rice, which is the main dish. That's the one we are parboiling that now. Then we have pineapple. We have chicken in chunks.
Okay.
Chicken chunks. Then this is pepper mix.
Okay.
And soy sauce.
Yeah.
Oyster sauce rather. Seasoning, salt, and all that. Then we have mashed ginger and garlic, the little onions, because there's already onions here. Then we have our vegetables, red and green bell peppers, and spring onions.
Okay.
Then we have coconut powder and coconut flakes.
You know, now I feel like the extra thing here is the coconut powder. Yes. And the coconut flakes, I want to see how that looks like in the rice.
Yes, you will see it. Because the coconut powder is actually for the flavor, while the flakes is for the texture. So you have something to...
Let's not give them too much. You can't go anywhere. Let's go on a break. When we come back, so much more is happening in the kitchen. We'll be right back.
Certified by the Education Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates. Now she's registered with the Hungarian Medical Council and Irish Medical Council. Now she's also an author. Today we're talking about focusing on epilepsy and seizures. Hello, Dr. Ede. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yep. So we've been on this series on our central nervous system. We've spoken about backaches. We've spoken about headaches quite a lot. We've even gone to strokes. And today we're doing epilepsy and seizures, right?
Yes.
Okay, so is there a difference between epilepsy and seizures, or is epilepsy also a seizure? Can we just do a little bit of...
So Epilepsy is basically when you have multiple seizures, usually happening after each other. A
Okay.
seizure is like, how will I say now, a unit of epilepsy. So when you have multiple seizures, we term that epilepsy. But a
Okay.
seizure on its own is is the main diagnosis, yes.
All right. So what exactly is an epilepsy? When you want, is it hereditary? Is it something that is someone can contract or something?
No, epilepsy, usually we don't have a cause. The unknown causes, they are yet to discover the actual reason why you have epilepsy. And because of this, most of the people who have epilepsy will tend to have it in their family. So yes, it is hereditary. When you have epilepsy, though, you can have triggers of epilepsy, which can be from stress, lack of sleep, anxiety, low blood sugar, skipping meals, or a high fever can cause epilepsy. For you to have like a triggered seizure or epilepsy.
Does it have a cure? Does it have a cure?
But it's well managed. No, not yet. Not yet. It is well managed. There are different treatments which exist for epilepsy. You usually administer medications for it to prevent a seizure or to reduce the number of seizures you have. And then there are certain surgical procedures that can be done for a select few patients when we know where in the brain the epilepsy is coming
All right.
from.
So let's talk about
There are
managing it.
other-
Okay. Yeah. Go on. You were talking about procedures. Go on.
Yes. So we also have something we call a vagal nerve stimulation, where they place a tiny generator under your skin around your collarbone area that stimulates one of your major nerves and helps reduce seizures.
Okay, so now let's talk about managing it. Since it's not curable, how can it be managed personally and for other people who are around, maybe someone that suffers a seizure? How can it be managed?
That's a very good question. Now, most people who have seizures tend to not even know that they're having a seizure. So
Really?
it's very important bystander, yes, to be of assistance and a big help to that person, because most of the time it's not something that requires you to go to the hospital. You can actually manage it on site where it happens. So if you witness something like a seizure, usually you want to time it. You want to time the length of the seizure, because it usually doesn't last more than 5 minutes. If it lasts more than 5 minutes, then we want to try and get that person to the hospital. What you usually notice with the person is the entire body can stiffen. This is one that we call the most dramatic seizure. That's the generalized tonic-clonic seizure. What happens is the person's body stiffens at once. The person can fall, can lose consciousness, and begins to shake violently. Now, at that point, you want to make sure that you clear the area. Nobody's like crowding the person. You want to make sure the area is safe, meaning no sharp objects close by. You want to make sure the patient is comfortable. The person is comfortable. You want to make sure the person can either sit, or preferably the best thing is the patient should lie down, right? Try and guide the patient to lie down. And you want to maybe fold a bunch of clothes, or if there's a pillow close by, put that under the person's head, so that you reduce the chances of a head injury, right? You want to make sure that person is not having a problem with breathing, because after 5 minutes of not breathing, that can be a problem for the brain, for supplying air and oxygen to the brain. You want to also make sure you don't restrain or hold the person too tight. Just let the person go through the seizure, because most people try to restrain them, and that's not helpful at all. The person's muscles cannot be controlled. The person cannot even control themselves. So you just want to let the person go through that seizure. You also want to stop. Don't try. Most people try to put something in the person's mouth.
Exactly. I wanted to talk about misconceptions, because you see some people, they are putting a spoon or something. I've seen that happen. And then a number of things. People do a number of things. Let's talk about that. Misconceptions, what we shouldn't do, and what epilepsy is not.
Yes. So what you should not do is do not try and put something in that person's mouth, or try and bring the person's tongue out, or even a spoon, because that can cause the person to choke. So when you have an epilepsy, there are just a lot of muscular contractions happening. And it's normal for the person to foam at the mouth because you are producing more saliva at that point. Your jaw muscles will be clenching, and putting a spoon can cause more harm than good. The person cannot swallow their tongue while having a seizure. It's highly unlikely for that to happen. So what you want to do is even turn the person on their side. That will open up the airway for them to breathe better. You don't want to put anything in their mouth. And you just want to be with them until that seizure ends. It will end. It will most likely end in 5 minutes. When it ends, the person will be tired, the person may want to sleep, the person may complain of a headache. And when that happens, you just want to talk to the person, tell them you just had a seizure, just be comforting to that person. And that's all you really, really need, just to get that person safe and comfortable.
Now, you said once it exceeds 5 minutes, you have to get to the hospital. You mentioned that, right? If it doesn't get up to 5 minutes, you can handle it at home. So getting to the hospital and all of that, yes, once it exceeds 5 minutes, you said while the person is still suffering that seizure, how do you go about taking the person to the hospital if the person at the point is still suffering that seizure?
Yes, so you're going to need assistance, yes, because you need to move that person. Usually, we have something called a post-ictal period. That's just a period between seizures where the person is not moving and the person just, is looking tired and is not conscious yet, or the person is just asleep. Asleep in quotes, because the person may not really be asleep. They just can't, they're not just conscious, right? So what you want to do at that point in time is try and gently move that person into the car if you can't get an ambulance, and try and get that person to the hospital. Somebody should be in the car behind, in the back seat with the person, so that if another seizure comes on, you are there to prevent the person from hitting their head on the window or something, right?
Something like that.
Until you get to the
All right. All right. Thank you, Dr. Ene. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and have yourself a wonderful day.
You too. All right.
Okay, so Tope, you are definitely in control of what's happening there. There's no chance of a seizure or something. Definitely in control of that kitchen.
There are no seizures here. We are seizure free, but that was really insightful. I mean, a lot of us go with the spoon method, but hey, we've learned today. Thanks to Dr. Onazi. Welcome back to the kitchen, people. We have Chef Belinda here, and we are making tropical fried rice. Yep. So Chef Belinda, while we are marinating the chicken, let's talk about you. How when did you decide to be a chef?
When I decided, I've always been into food.
Okay.
Immediately after my secondary school.
Wow.
I went to work in a fast food.
Okay.
So that was where I got my mother was started cooking. I started cooking at 6 and 5. No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
It was after my secondary school, yes, I went to work in a fast food. That's where I got this stuff.
Oh, okay.
So after then, I've been cooking. Everybody knows that Belinda can cook. So then I actually went into baking as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I majored on baking for a while, but in 2016, after I gave birth to my second child, I said, well, let me take this thing in a larger scale, professional. Okay. So I went to culinary school.
Oh, nice.
I went to culinary school, becoming a chef, I just wanted to have it full. If I'm cooking, let me cook it all.
Oh, yeah?
So I went to culinary school to learn everything about cooking. Yes.
So now people who want to contact you, how can they do that? People want to order for your food. Do you have a restaurant? Or
I do
orders and delivery?
Yes, orders and deliveries.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So how can our viewers order for tropical fried rice?
Yes, on Instagram, I'm BJ Foods.
Okay.
On Instagram. And on Facebook, I'm Belinda Soyinka.
Okay.
So you can just send an inbox and all that.
And all that, okay.
Yes.
But how has the business been for you?
Yes, it was very, very good before the lockdown. But during the lockdown, we realized that people still want food.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, man must work. So we now started doing this door-to-door delivery, house delivery. Just say, I'm tired of it. Maybe after watching the show, say, I'm tired of eating irregular. Just come and give me an irregular dish. What I've not eaten before, I say, hey. So people like that irregular stuff. Then training as well. We do like a mobile training.
Mobile
now.
training.
Yes, mobile training. People say they are tired of eating the regular. Just come and teach me something fresh.
New. Oh, great.
It's not really for professional use, but for house use, for my family alone. And most of them that are really gone through. You saw somebody send me a message and said she's even jealous the way her husband is praising the food these days. As if she didn't know how to cook before. I said everybody wants something new actually. So that's
see, Chef Belinda is your plug, man, for trainings, for deliveries, everything.
Yes.
So now let's back to our chicken. So we're marinating with just seasoning, garlic, ginger and onions.
Yes.
Okay. And then a bit of the oyster sauce.
Yes, a bit of the oyster sauce. Everything will come in bits because the oyster sauce is already, it has its salty taste already, just little,
Okay.
So while marinating, then I will just add a little flour to this because I didn't put that out before. But this is actually optional.
So you can
make it firm.
So we are making tropical fried rice in case you're just joining us. So if you want to try this at home, let's quickly run through the menu for your benefit. We have salt, onions, soy sauce, seasoning, coconut powder, ginger and garlic, rice, pineapple, green bell peppers mix, coconut flakes, chicken chunks, and red bell pepper. So why are we adding flour now to the
because
chicken?
I want to pan grill this just with little oil. So I don't want it to stick to the pan. I just want to have a firm chicken when it comes out because we're going to cook it with the rice. So when it comes out, we still have our chicken firm standing out.
So it doesn't disappear in the food.
It doesn't disappear in the food.
If you're like me, there's a wonder where your chicken
the animal is in the food. This is the animal to come out.
This is what you use. So after marinating, you don't keep it for a bit. You just fry straight.
This one, the chicken is fillet already.
Yes,
and they are into chunks, and it's chicken breast. So everything will go in. And but if you want to leave it, you have the time. You can leave it. You can leave it. But for now, we just have to
do it straight. I mean, now for people that are at home, we don't want to have learned. Chefs, some people are cooking. This looks very easy. Well, we now want to try it, but you don't put that. It's only you that can eat it. That's how it is to turn out. So, would you advise everybody watching to try this method or to just fry it normally?
You can try this method, especially for beginners. So that your chicken will not stick to the pot first of all. You can try the method. Just sprinkle a little flour to it and then mix very well.
All right then, you see, try this method. But you know what? Let's go on a break. When we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues. Don't go anywhere.
It's time for us to talk parenting on Wake Up Nigeria. And to do justice to that is Ezefua Erabo. She's a parenting, well-being and human flourishing teacher and coach with nearly 2 decades of practice, experience. And of course, she trained as an applied positive psychology practitioner, an applied positive psychology coach at the renowned Flourishing Center in New York, USA. She will be talking to us about mom self-care, a tool for positive parenting. Now, this is something people take for granted, and it's such a pleasure to have you talk about it this morning. Hi, Ezefua.
Mary, how are you keeping?
Great. Good to see you. Okay, so Ezefua, this is a very, very interesting subject. Now, tell us more about the need for mothers to actually remember, that's the word I would use, to take care of themselves as well.
Oh yeah, Mary, I love that question. The need for moms to remember to take care of them. I think the first need is what I like to call solo parenting. And I tell you what that means. Research tells us that the times mothers spend more time with their kids typically and culturally. And mothers spend more time alone with their children. That means if you look at a mom's life, the time spent, even so if you look at moms that are typical stay-at-home moms, or even moms that work outside of the home, not just at home and nurture their children, they spend more time than fathers spend time. So this is not to disparage our fathers, we do honor them, but research is telling us mothers spend time alone. And being alone consistently just with kids can be overwhelming, we know that. Then the second need is that when mothers spend time with their children, they spend time doing basic care, cleaning, cooking, diapering, training, homeworking. On the contrary, when fathers spend time with children, they spend time doing play. And this is research, and play is such a fundamental piece of well-being. So you find fathers feeling more satisfied, feeling well and better when they spend time with kids than mothers, because we are cleaning and we're really giving and not caring for ourselves. And it's when you look through, there are several other reasons, but I wanted to really highlight the two of them, because when we do that, then we're not giving. And then the third need would be for us to really be effective in our parenting, for us to be present and do parenting differently in a way that serves our children. We need to be mindful, we need to be present. A lot of times we are mindless multitasking and do not take care of ourselves, then we become automatic parents. We revert to automatic behavior, spanking, screaming, yelling, and not really attending to the needs of the child or even our own needs. Then we burn out.
You know, just before this discussion, in the first hour, there was a video we saw of a mother trying to scold her son and all, and you could tell that the woman is either possibly in herself, because she was willing to listen to the child. Now, would you say somebody not being able to take care of themselves, say like mothers not being able to actually practice self-care, could even be a reason for unintended violence? You hit out at the child when it's not the child's fault.
Mary, that's exactly what I'm saying, not what I say. So this is what happens. From the moment every human being, child, man, woman, wake up in the morning, right? We have energy. There is a pool of energy, what we call willpower, that we have, that we wake up with. Our brains actually function through energy. Every single thing you begin to do, you start to get depleted, whether it's physical work, mental work, what we are both doing, you begin to deplete, to seep out energy. Right? And when through the day you do not have a practice of refilling yourself, right? Or even getting sufficient rest at night, or something that connects you back to your center. What happens, we know from research, is self-control begins to diminish. So your capacity to pause in the moment, right? To reflect and act on based on who you really are, not just based on what the situation is presenting, aligns to your purposes, to your intention, begins to, so it's not that you want to hurt your child, it's that you do not even have capacity because you haven't taken care of you. So yes to the question, a lot of times, take note of what we do when we get home from work. We're less patient. You're irritable at every question. You're just mad. So it's not the child annoying you. It is our lack of energy, strength, and reserve to calm down and be the best version of ourselves because we haven't taken care of ourselves.
Okay, so you know what is it for? Let's just get right on with it, okay? Let's talk about this self-care method. So what would you suggest? How can mothers take care of themselves so as to be better parents themselves?
Awesome. So I have a working definition of self-care. I call it, it's meeting your needs as a mother, moment by moment, season by season.
Wow.
And so, and that simply means the season, if imagine that I'm a mom of a set of twins. I'm in a totally different season. My needs are different. You cannot educate me on what my self-care, I know. And it comes from asking that simple question, what do I need right now? If you notice, and a beautiful way is to actually notice the emotion you're feeling. You're starting to feel overwhelmed. You're starting to feel exhausted. You're snapping, pause and ask, what do I need? Our body is so wise. It tells you what you need. So you just need to step out. It's an amazing self-care practice is to get out into the sun. Step out of your house, particularly during this season. Just take a walk around the compound, getting oxygen into your brain, relax, calm down. So that would be one. Another one will be even noticing how you feel and naming it. Oh my God, I really do feel exhausted. Then you follow with that. What do I need? A little nap, a power nap. Another one I like to say is really for moms to practice gratitude. It is so transformative, where you can pause through your day or have that moment where you look at yourself as a mom and ask, what am I grateful for? And how am I contributing to what is happening that I'm grateful for? What is good about being a mother? What good am I bringing to the life of my children? It infuse, or my family, it infuses you with so much positivity. And then, because that's energy, positive emotions broaden us, that's energy. And probably the one I would, so there's several, I'm just throwing out these ones. The one I really, really would not forget is sleep. Moms, we need to sleep more and not feel guilty when you sleep. Because when we don't sleep, we revert to automatic behavior.
Yes. Yes, yes, that is so true. I find all of these points you made very, very interesting. Every one of them counts. And, you know, talking about even the self-care, there are also several other ways one can also get that care. Say, for example, outsourcing.
Seek help. Get help.
Yes. Seeking help is something.
Don't super mom. Don't be a super mom.
Yeah.
That's why I always like to start, what do you need? You may find that seeking help is not what you need, right? You may find you're organized, you're able to get things going, you don't have maybe the support of your spouse. But when you know that you are overwhelmed consistently without a plan, then get help. Another thing, Mary, would really be planning ahead.
Okay.
Planning ahead is such a fundament, because it's so much energy when you're thinking, what will we eat in the morning, eat in the afternoon, eat in the evening, what do we do every day? You actually burn out energy. We actually call that decision fatigue, when you keep making decisions every minute.
Is it for, you know, I would love for us to continue this conversation. It's really enlightening. Women do need to take good care of themselves. And I must thank you for your time. Thank you so much. Have a great week, all right? Okay, so... yeah, sure. Now that takes us to the end of the second hour on Wake Up Nigeria today. We'll be back for the last 45 minutes run. Stay with us.
Welcome, it's the third hour on Wake Up Nigeria. Now we've had an amazing 2 hours gone by and the excitement continues in this third lap. 45 minutes to go. Every second is going to be worth your while.
Yes, now we still have loads of wonderful things in store, and I believe you are looking forward to having a spectacular time with us.
Okay, so of course, you definitely don't want to miss what is left in store. Stay with us until the end. I am Mike Mesikenor.
And I am Tope Olowoniyan. Remember, you can stream this show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. We are here for your comments.
Definitely.
Just remember to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
YouTube, that's where you can get our videos, segments, and of course the full shows. TVC Entertainment, one-stop shop on YouTube. That's the channel. Yes, now on Fridays we have Wake Up Extra. Now just a little something extra for you. Now that happens on our Instagram page, TVC Connect, from 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, all right. We still have a young Nigerian filmmaker in the house who will be joining us, Eddie Young. Okay, he's young and he's Eddie Young. Shay, don't leave me.
3 proposals in your wedding. I didn't get that.
I didn't get that.
I
was trying to think of it, don't leave me. So check this out. When I was young, I wanted to stay young. Didn't work. I thought it would work.
Oh, what was it supposed to be?
That's where you now say, don't leave me, don't leave me.
But what was it supposed to be?
It was supposed to be cool.
No, as in, what is the word? Stop
when
now.
I was young. So you know how to do this. So let me give you one word of wisdom. When I was young, I wanted to stay young. You still didn't get it?
No.
Wow.
I'm actually, I want to understand.
It happens. There's some things we don't get. Maybe, maybe we're not your level yet.
Young, I wanted to be young.
No, we're not your level. We don't understand.
You now start shouting, don't leave me, like I dropped a word of wisdom.
Wow.
I wasn't wise.
It didn't just come out that way. Okay, anyways, so I saw something. There's this biography that some royal reporters put out, and concerning, it's like, you know, the Harry and Meghan issue. Yeah. It was a long way coming. So right from the beginning, it was obvious that if they were going to be together, they will probably not do it in the royal family. From the beginning, from the moment when he started even dating her before. So if you, so this biography came out. Harry and Meghan themselves say that they didn't contribute to it, but these guys are royal reporters who put this together, and boy, she really went through a lot. There was so much discrimination against her. There was so much. She had always been an outsider. She felt like an outsider. It just couldn't work. They had to leave.
Oh.
They had to leave for Megan herself. They had to leave, man. So there were some details there where the family always felt like, look, man, it wasn't easy for her. And kudos for the husband by standing by her, man.
Yeah, I mean, for him to stand by her, like, let's bring this home. Nigerian prince, leave your royalty for a baby girl you love. Imagine how they say, oh, my, yeah, but let's not make it Yoruba. But they would,
well, you know, the truth is, the issue of royalty, you know, kings leaving their
I know Mary doesn't.
thrones,
yeah.
it's never ended well.
Yeah.
We have had several. In fact, the most recent was early 1900, and I think that was 1920 something on that. Yes, the most recent before and
abdication.
unfortunately for that prince, she left him.
No, I don't think
and before that, there have actually been several of such cases. So when he was leaving, many people believe that that's the beginning of the end because it actually never ends. Well, first, you have to work for your own security. You have to pay your own way. And for someone that has been pampered growing up, it might be a struggle. But so far, Harry has been holding out.
I feel like Harry has always been like a man of his own.
And just before even Meghan came into the picture, himself and Williams were not. There was already so much fiction between them.
That was actually because of Harry's wild ways.
Yes.
William was trying to like curb him, like calm down. But he wanted to like. Remember when his nude photos were trending?
William is second in line.
Did you know? That was how wild.
Yeah, that was. I mean, William will probably be the king. He's second in line. He's second in line. So probably he'll be. Harry's like what? I was like ninth.
Yeah.
Or 10th.
Even
William's son.
Each time children were born,
son is
he was going.
Yeah.
Not his son alone. No, like his children.
His children, of course.
Yes, because he's the So and that's why even royals they don't travel on the same plane.
But
yes.
That's how
so let's say, for example, the Queen is traveling. She won't travel in the same plane with her son because it's the heir. So if something happens to the plane, at least he survives. They don't travel in the same vehicles.
Can we like start life again? I need to know. I need to choose
my bonito. You have to choose where your bonito, right? Your lineage.
Yeah, but you need to be prim and proper.
You
cannot be wild or else because you're supposed to be a role model.
I will role model.
You know.
I will do it. Can we just start this life afresh?
Mary would love that.
If
Mary was just
it's down my line. It's down my line. I'll definitely.
This whole royalty thing. That's the only thing that I learned about Meghan's wardrobe. That was the thing that concerned me.
Are you serious?
How she doesn't to shop. I'm like, hey, imagine I'll just be sitting down. Designers will just be coming to me. Just
they'll be offering you things. But it doesn't even happen to just royals. It happens to celebrities as well.
But celebrities will not be like royals.
Royals, yeah.
Yeah, those royals, man.
Special.
I mean, you're talking about the strongest monarchy or in the world.
Yeah.
So their own is. I mean, come on.
Very,
very.
Yeah. No.
Very.
But I would like to know what people think. I mean, would you leave? I mean, let's bring it home to Nigeria now. Like you have, let's not say royalty. Like your ancestors, the people before you, they've like your life is solid, and then now you meet this girl, but she's not welcomed into the family because she's not from a well-to-do background. Would you leave everything?
Why not? Personally, I would.
Mary, would you leave?
Look, the reason it makes these things are usually easier for them is because they also already have their own comforts.
Yeah.
Prince Harry had his own funds besides the royal funds. Yes, he needs to be funded, but now they're trying to find ways to make money, of which their clout will bring them. So why not? You could. But you know, the thing is this, it depends on the kind of society you are. They got away with it because of where they are and the places they went to. But if you do that in Nigeria, you become an outcast.
As in, nobody
you would even hate yourself. So just stay where you're supposed to be.
But remember to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVT. Let us know if you would leave your family for the love of your life. And while Mary takes us away with the lovely news.
Okay, news lovely. Okay. Let's start off from COVID-19. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control reported 648 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the country's total number of cases to 41,180. Lagos recorded the highest number of new cases with 180 new infections, followed by Plateau with 148 new cases. Federal Capital Territory with 44. Other states with high figures are Ondo with 42 and Kwara with 38 new cases. These 5 states and 16 others make up the new daily toll. So far, 18,203 people have been discharged, while 860 people have died from COVID-19 related complications. Restoring law and order in parts of Southern Kaduna, which saw a series of violent attacks and security challenges, seem to be an issue that the police is focusing on now. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has directed the Commissioner of Police, Kaduna State, to ensure full enforcement of the curfew imposed by the state government. With this directive, the police command will also ensure optimal deployment of human and material assets from the intervention squad, which is already active in the state and is to be coordinated by the Commissioner of Police. The IGP commiserated with the people of Kaduna State, particularly those who have lost their loved ones and property as a result of the crisis, and urged them to cooperate with authorities in ensuring peace in the area. The Department of State Services has uncovered plans by some persons and groups planning to take advantage of latest developments to destabilize the nation. Public Relations Officer Peter Afunaya says these subversive and unscrupulous elements have resorted to divisive acts through inciting statements. The aim is to pit individuals, groups, and ethnic nationalities against one another, and the agency is without doubt aware of these plans and their sponsors. He warned that they will no longer tolerate the orchestrations to cause a breakdown of law and order and will ensure the sinister objective is not achieved. Now, this involves working with relevant security agencies to protect Nigeria and decisively deal with planners of the mayhem within the confines of the law. Now, the federal government has opened negotiations with resident doctors. The meeting was held to stop the doctors from going ahead with their planned nationwide strike next month. At the end of the meeting, Labour and Employment Minister Chris Ngige said government has so far paid 15.8 billion naira to cover hazard and inducement allowances in the federal teaching hospitals, federal medical centers, and non-COVID hospitals. The Federal Ministry of Health and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation are to resolve the 20% top-up and report back next Tuesday. The meeting, which lasted for about 5 hours, is to continue next Thursday. Mr. Ngige also charged medical personnel to stop taking their grievances to the National Assembly, but to first explore all talks with the Health and Labour Ministry. To WHO now on COVID-19, the World Health Organization has declared the COVID-19 pandemic as the most severe health emergency it has faced. It also says bans on international travel cannot stay in place indefinitely, and countries are going to have to do more to reduce the spread of the virus. A surge of infections has prompted countries to reimpose some travel restrictions in recent days, with Britain throwing the reopening of Europe's tourism industry into disarray by ordering a quarantine on travelers returning from Spain. To the end of the NCDC probe now, the twists and turns continue as scandals continue to rock the Niger Delta Development Commission. A few days ago, the National Youth Council of Nigeria released the names of lawmakers accused of benefiting from contracts awarded by the NDDC. The union presented what it claims as a document containing the list of members of the National Assembly who allegedly got overbloated and unexecuted contracts from the agency. But the lawmakers accused of this have fired back, refuting the allegations and telling the minister to give an account of how the NDDC spent 81 billion naira. And that's it on the news update for today on Wake Up Nigeria. Sports news will come up right after this break. Stay with us.
Chef Belinda reminds me of my mom. You know these parents that when they are teaching you, They're not teaching you with mouth. You actually be doing it. Yeah. So in case you're just joining us, we are making tropical fried rice. And I'm adding the chicken breast that we marinated and how do you call it? Pan fried, yes. And by pan frying, we use very little oil and we just glazed it through. So let's quickly run through the menu for the benefits of those who are just joining us. We have salt, onions, soy sauce, seasoning, coconut powder, ginger and garlic, rice, pineapple, green bell pepper mix, coconut flakes, chicken chunks, red bell pepper. So now back to this rice. Now we used basmati rice, and while you were not here, when I'm saying we, somebody think I'm the one that did it.
You are part of it now.
Yes,
so
yes.
You are my sous chef for the day.
I'm part of it. Yes, yes. So we something I learned today was, so she just used the coconut mix, the coconut powder directly. I was telling her that I usually used to pour water in it, but now sadly you're not here. The fragrance, the aroma is really strong. So if you want it as strong as this, you might not want to add water to it. So she also fried the rice a bit, like actual frying. With the pepper sauce. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, continue.
So I'm bringing out the pineapple now from the... I had to cut them with my knife horizontally and vertically so that they will come out easily. Then I'm scooping with my spoon.
Yeah.
So that I have to make this clean because we're still using it. So we'll keep it for later.
Okay.
Let's cover it up. Now we have our pineapple here.
Yeah.
We have to cut them a bit more.
Okay.
Into tiny chunks.
So we're putting this pineapple in the rice?
Yes, yes, it's going inside. Before the pineapple, please put this there.
Okay, ma. Yes, fancy.
Yeah, my sous chef. Let's go there.
So do I mix again?
Yes, mix again.
I think I might want to get another spoon.
A harder spoon. There's one spatula.
This.
You can take this spatula.
Oh, okay, great. People, cooking practicals. I feel very useful.
You know, that's why most people I train, they know that they can't tell me that they don't know it because I make them do the work. Yes. I make them do it so that we don't just do it with mouth. Yes, that's coming along. So you now put the vegetable has been sauteed.
Yeah. So I put the vegetable. Yes. Okay. This is really colorful and interesting. I mean, have you ever had a fruit and veggie rice? Literally fruit and vegetable.
So now the pineapple comes in. In this, we are having the taste of this here because the pepper is a bit hot. Yeah. So we're having a sweet, spicy, and savory dish in one
pot. Have you had the rice with pineapples? Yo, guys.
So as you're biting, you're tasting something sweet, something spicy, and something savory all together.
So there's coconut, there's pineapple, there's green and red bell peppers. Oh, my days.
You're doing well.
Thank you, my teacher. Today I'm humble. I'm not going to form like, oh, I'm a professional.
You're doing well.
Because this is my first experience on this. If you want to catch up on how this entire meal was prepared, you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, TVC Entertainment. Just click on Wake Up Nigeria, look for this episode, and you can get the entire process. And make yours at home. Share pictures with us. Tag us on Instagram at TVC Connect. And let's see how you recreated.
You've mixed it very well.
I've mixed it very well.
So let's just cover it.
Ooh la
let
la.
it heat up for a few minutes, like 3 more minutes.
Okay, we're good.
Yes.
Okay. Yo, Chef Tope in the building.
yo, man.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, you really missed a lot on the cooking segment. And Chef Belinda has been an amazing chef to work with. We're making tropical fried rice. And she also does home deliveries. So you can follow her on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
BJ Foods.
BJ Foods. Order for yours and she will deliver right to your doorstep. So now we're going to leave this for how long?
3 minutes, please.
3 minutes.
Yeah,
so when we're done with this, are we going to do anything to this pineapple?
We're going to plate that inside.
Oh, we're going to, but we're not doing anything to it at all.
No, nothing to it. Nothing.
Okay, I'm so excited because I've seen this thing on the internet so many times, and now we're going to create it here live. Tropical. Did you add the flour again?
No, I didn't.
After? I didn't. Okay, so now there's something interesting she did. I'm just trying to catch up for people who missed earlier. when you want to fry your chicken breast and you do not want it to get missing in your food, you might want to sprinkle a bit of flour on it. So that's what gives it its volume and doesn't make it get lost in the meal. Yo, I'm opening my restaurant. I'm done. I've learned.
Of course.
I've learned. Okay, so now this pineapple, what does it do apart from taste? Now, do we still get any flavors from it?
Yes,
at
we
this
do.
point? We'll still get?
We do, yes.
Okay.
Because if you're not eating immediately, because when we serve, we're going to cover it so that the juice will now secrete into the rice and then you have a yummy.
Hey, Chef Belinda, you have finished them. Case closed. If you're watching from home, you know, I can't help you at this point. I can't. I want to know what you all think about this meal. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. Tell me what you think about Chef Belinda's creation today. Because I must say, this has been a phenomenal experience making this. Okay? So we're going to close it. I didn't even know that they close it.
Just close. So that let it simmer.
No, I mean, like close it in the pineapple.
Yes, when you're not ready to eat,
okay.
and want to serve.
So now we're going to allow that. Oh, are we putting it in the pineapple now?
When we're ready to eat.
When we're ready to eat. Okay, so we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have our final chat and, of course, serve our meal. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you for staying with us. And it's time for us to have a conversation with Eddie Young. Just so you know, he is a Nigerian filmmaker, producer, and media executive known for his debut production and film, Casanova, that became a box office success as the highest grossing Nigerian film in September 2019. And it's such a pleasure to have you on the show, Eddie Young.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello, Eddie.
Okay, so I heard a lot about that movie, Casanova.
Yeah.
And I've not yet seen it. I don't know if it's available on Netflix now, because I know a number of movies, in fact, Nigerian movies are really, really moving on to Netflix.
Yes.
But I heard quite some very, very good reviews from Casanova.
Yeah.
And it's one of the movies I'm looking, I would want to check out because of the kind of the reviews that I got.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I'd want to check out the review before I see a movie.
Yeah.
And Casanova had it. It had good reviews.
The movie did well for his career.
You've seen it?
For a young man.
You've seen it?
I haven't seen it,
Okay,
but
okay.
I've been able to catch snippets of it.
Okay.
For a young man, it even brought him honors. As a matter of fact, he got to meet the Oni of Ife.
Oh,
and he gave him some honors, which I would like him to clarify what kind of honors
he got,
they are. And, you know, for a young person, when your work is being recognized, it can be really uplifting, so to speak.
I must
yes,
say.
very, very much
talking about
so.
the Oni, I remember that the Oni was in the news a few weeks back for being in a skit with Mr. Macaroni.
Yes.
And you know, when I was talking about the Oni himself in his skit, I mean, you are talking about the King of Kings.
Have you seen the skits?
Yeah, I've seen it. And I was like, wow, I was impressed the way it was done. You know,
yeah.
It was a skit that at the same time was giving a lesson, and it didn't take him out of his stead as the Oni.
I actually thought that would bring the end to Mr. Macaroni and probably help him evolve into something else. That was my thought. Okay. I thought that was what he was planning to do.
Okay.
Like, okay, because some people are like, okay, your skits aren't for children. They are rated 18 because of some of the things you do and say.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was actually thinking that it was for him to evolve into something else, but it hasn't happened.
So maybe he'll become more...
Yeah, because I was like, now he has been taught a lesson. Maybe he might... he went back. Like...
No, one thing I like about him, you know, we've had a number of comedians that have been blasted for their content, you know, but yes, you might say it's not for kids, but at the same time, it still has this, it's still civil, it's still modest.
Yeah, Mike is a typical Casanova. That guy can never learn. I think he's just going to be like that. So, and you know, I don't know if you probably saw the skits with Jide Kosoko. And I was like, so uncle, you can do it to other people, but you can't take it.
Okay, I think Eddie's here now. Hello,
Eddie.
Hi,
Eddie. Looks like we're having a problem with...
Yeah, we also have a video that we might just
yes.
get to push up. Let's see a bit of Eddie,
take a look at
while,
that.
of course, we're trying to get him online.
That just reminded me of our guys. We always celebrate their guys. They know what is happening, but they wanted to distract. Wow. Congratulations.
It's bro code.
Yeah,
It's
which
bro code. Eddie, hello.
Hi, Eddie.
Where are you? Okay, so it's great to have you. Welcome. Good morning.
Are you with me?
Yeah, we are with you.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear now, thankfully. Great to have you on the show.
If you are the one that's with us, because we have always been here, always with you. How are you doing? Good morning.
Hello, Eddie.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, everyone in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning. Great to have you on the show. So, Eddie, we've been talking about your highest grossing film, Casanova. What informed Casanova? Like, what was the inspiration? Because for you to have hit so many milestones with that movie, I really want to know what inspired it.
Okay, well, it was just us trying to create something, different. We all want to laugh and smile in cinemas, but we also want to feel loved. But this time we decided to take it on from the older perspective. We tell a lot of stories with the younger generation falling in love and everything. But we need to also inform people, let people understand that at whatever age you can find love. Even with kids, actually, you can find love wherever you are. Wherever you find yourself, you can find love. So basically, we just wanted to create a rom-com from the older angle, So, and that's what we did with Casanova. And I'm sincerely appreciative of everyone's, perspective, the ideas. I appreciate everyone's view, reviews, everything, basically.
Let's talk about the pros and cons of being a filmmaker in Nigeria. So the ones peculiar to you, how was it putting together that film, and what is it like being a filmmaker in Nollywood?
Yeah.
Okay, Eddie, I want to talk about the pros, the advantages, and the cons of being a filmmaker in Nollywood. Peculiar to you, how has it been being a filmmaker in Nigerian movie industry?
Okay.
Eddie, did you get that question? Okay, well, working on this, very sorry about all of this.
We really apologize.
It happens, you know how the thing can be with all this network. But Eddie, we might have to talk to Eddie some other time.
Some other time.
We might
that might likely have to be,
because I wanted him to convince me why I should go see Casanova, and not because of he's in the movie or something.
And then I want...
But just let it be a very, very subjective.
Yes. Not,
okay,
yes.
No, objective. I'd rather have it objective. I don't want him from his own... I want it objective.
Objective.
Yes, I want it objective. I don't want it to be from a subjective point of view. Let me know why I should go check out Casanova.
I was actually going to ask him, for someone who wanted to be a lawyer as a child, then studying, I think, arts education eventually, how was it like for him making that switch to being a film producer? So many questions to ask him, really.
A lawyer in this country, there's a way it is. My lord, may I approach?
So that's what Mike said, not me. You remember even the NBA went after him on that.
Wow.
Yes. So that's why I'm telling you.
NBA looks for all the work they have to do.
Who to sue?
Is it go to somebody come, somebody say, may I?
I gave you his full name already.
May I?
May I?
So I'm thinking that if somebody should cook some food that is very, very nice, I don't want to say. I wanted to sue someone for something concerning food now in Nigeria and all of that. What kind of a lawyer would I bring? Now they put up. It was a picture mix where they put up if you wanted to defend somebody, and then there was Harvey Specter, there was Annalise Keating from How to Get Away with Murder, and then there was RMD Castle and Castle, and I was like, see, so they broke them down. It depends on the crime and what you want to do. Depends on the lawyer you pick. But hey, come on, let's head over to the kitchen. I want to ask Tope what kind of a lawyer she would choose for whatever case you would want to amongst these options I gave.
Fitness lawyer at the moment, I'm very sure. What is it for you, Tope?
I mean, the easiest thing to say is that I'll be an entertainment lawyer, but I think I'd like criminal law. I feel like that's going to require some seriousness. But please, let's be lawyering this food.
Where's the food?
Okay.
This is the food. I
the
covered
food is
it
in here.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So Chef
For a
Belinda
moment, I was
cooked a
frightened.
storm. Trust me.
Oh, wow.
Now I present to you the tropical fried rice with chicken.
I'm glad we sang like angels because this looks like angel
This looks
food.
like it came from heaven.
Which angel?
Gosh.
These are angels.
However, Chef Belinda, please quickly run us
Yes,
through
run us through.
how this mic.
How this came together. No, let her run us through.
Yes, while you sit down and get comfortable.
While I sit down.
And get comfortable.
Mm.
Let's see if you don't sound like you sound like an angel after you do this, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, it's tropical fried rice and with chicken, chunks of chicken in it. Okay. And I served it in pineapple because when you hear tropical, the first thing that comes to mind is pineapple and all that.
Yeah.
So then we have some coconut flavors in it and some coconut.
Coconut is tropical as well.
Yes,
right?
it's tropical as well, yeah.
So there's coconut?
Yes, there's coconut.
There's pineapple.
Both the flavor and the flakes.
The flakes. We need
And
to know what
both
it's
flavor
like.
and flakes. And when you feel the aroma and then
taste as
you
well.
bite into the taste of coconut and pineapple.
Wow.
Pineapple was cooked with the food as well. We have them cut them in bit sizes and it's inside.
All
So
inside is rice.
Mike,
in there
this thing now.
you have a
Now,
sweet,
let's hear your
it's
We need to
spicy.
know what
well.
you make of it.
Okay.
It's spicy,
Okay.
so we have a sweet, spicy, and savory dish.
Ooh, Chef Belinda in the kitchen.
Wonderful, wonderful. Are you guys going to sing that angel song again?
No,
No,
you're the one that
you
will
are the
sing
one
before you're
enjoying
done.
it, so you are the one who will sing it exactly.
Uncle say ah. Uncle.
Judging like this. I can feel the coconut and the pineapple. This
Yes.
is just squeeze it. If I was to do this now, I'll just pepper and cover everything. I can feel the coconut, the pineapple, and the pepper also. Wonderful, Chef Belinda. You are doing well.
I'm doing well.
Your head is there. This makes quite a lot of sense.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was an amazing time
Thank
with you in the
you.
kitchen. All right.
All right, it's been a wonderful time on the show.
It has.
So a big shout out to Homely NG for all the kitchen accessories and all that.
Indeed.
And of course, to all our guests for coming. We'll definitely get Eddie Young some other time.
Yes, we'll have to do this again.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow. Mwah.